I don't have any updates on the case itself, but I did want to make a few comments and then introduce Gordon Basham. But I will be at the student safety meeting today at WSU along with Captain White, just to answer any questions. That's really their forum, but we'll be on hand to discuss the case with students and answer any questions. But I did want to make the comment that, you know, I've been connected with Wichita State University myself as a student, as a fan, and an adjunct faculty member, and I've always felt safe on that campus. It's a good, safe campus. Our victim from the sexual assault a few nights ago, she's not a student at WSU. There's no evidence to suggest that this crime is associated with WSU. And just want to reiterate that, you know, students should always be aware of their surroundings, no matter where they're at in the city. I think that's just a good common practice. The Investigations Division, I'll be working with Captain White at Patrol North Bureau to develop proactive strategies for that neighborhood south of WSU. The detectives are still diligently working the case. They are following any leads, any phone calls. I don't have anything I can discuss with you today. But having said that, I want to introduce Gordon Basham with Crime Stoppers, and he's going to discuss things that they're going to do for this case as well. And then if you have any questions, I'll answer those.
Thanks, Captain Livingston. I'm Gordon Basham. That's Gordon Basham. I'm the Executive Director of the Wichita Crime Commission and its Crime Stoppers Division. It's clear to say that we have a monster or monsters among us here in Wichita. And Crime Stoppers has a message for the person or persons who committed this heinous crime. We say you are a monster and you do not deserve to be walking around among the rest of us who are law-abiding citizens. Toward that end, Crime Stoppers will be issuing a $2,500 reward for the tip that leads to the arrest of the person or persons who committed this heinous act. Normally our rewards are up to $2,500, but the Crime Stoppers Board and Executive Committee yesterday voted to go ahead and offer the maximum amount that we allow under our bylaws, which is $2,500. In order for a person to claim the reward, they must remain anonymous, and they have three ways they can report this information. They can call 267-2111, which is our 24-hour tip line. They can send a text message to the number CRIMES, C-R-I-M-E-S, that's 274637, and begin their tip with the word TIP217. Or they can go online to wichitacrimestoppers.com and fill out the form. All ways are anonymous. No one will ever ask the person's name, and the reward will be paid in cash. Again, the reward has to be paid to someone who maintains their anonymity. This is a very important thing. We feel like that this crime says an awful lot about the person who committed it. We don't like people like this in our midst, in our community. And we want to do everything we can at Crime Stoppers to help catch that person or those persons, put them behind bars, and give them the maximum punishment allowed under law. That's the end of my statement. Anybody have any questions?
Gordon, why did it go right up to the $2,500 threshold?
We went to the $2,500 threshold automatically because of the heinous nature of this crime. There were people out there who were contacting us and saying, what can you do? What can you do to help us catch these people and that person? And we felt like that this is a crime that occasionally we have these. This is a crime that rises to the level of us wanting to give out the maximum amount. The poor woman doesn't deserve this. Nobody deserves this kind of treatment. And we feel like that if we can offer more money to help catch the person, we're certainly going to do that.
How often have you done this in the past?
I'm sorry?
How often have you done this in the past, offered a higher reward or the maximum, whatever?
We have a record of offering higher rewards at Crime Stoppers for crimes that rise to the level of being brutal in nature, high profile. Usually our crimes, our rewards are paid up to $2,500. But occasionally on a particularly noteworthy homicide or a crime like this, the Crime Stoppers Advisory Committee and the Board of Directors will approve a higher level. And we've done this in the past. For example, the Tim McGuigan homicide, a couple of years ago, we offered a reward on that, our maximum $1,000, and then we upped it to $2,500, which was before we enacted the up to $2,500 rule. So we've done it in the past.
But it's somewhat rare that you go up higher.
I'm sorry?
It's somewhat rare. I mean, it's not something you do every
This is not something we do every day. This is something that's kind of rare, quite frankly. But we feel like it's definitely deserved in this particular case.
Can you also talk about the success you've had in the past with offering this money and getting tips that lead to successful conclusion of cases?
We have had cases in the past over the last couple of years that come to mind, for example, where we offered a higher reward and we were able to generate tips that then solve the cases. For example, the Jordan Turner homicide in Sedgwick County a couple of years ago, where his body was found in an open field. We offered a $1,000 reward for that automatically, and we got a tip that was able to solve that case, and those people now are behind bars. The same thing with the Lloyd Ferguson hit-and-run fatality up at 21st in northeast Wichita. We offered a higher reward in that case, and that led to the arrest of people who are also now in jail. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thanks very much, folks. I have a news release I'll hand out to you.
Captain,
Any other questions?
can you tell us anything about this woman's condition? She's still alive,
She's
right?
still alive, still in critical condition.
Still critical?
So, yeah, there's been no change since my release yesterday.
Has she been able to talk at all, can you say? Or?
As I explained yesterday, due to her medical treatment, it's difficult to speak with her right now. We spoke with her in the very beginning, got some statements from her, and we will attempt to contact her again later. Right now, the most important thing for her is to get medical treatment and get better and be well enough to talk to us.
Captain, you're going to have some meetings with the public, it sounds like, Wichita State, and then I think, is it later today or tomorrow with the neighborhood?
Go ahead. Sorry.
What kinds of things are you going to talk, not going into great detail, but what kind, you said earlier, be aware of your surroundings. Are there some other key things you'd like to pass on to folks?
Well, I can't speak for WSU. They're going to have their safety forum today for students. Myself and Captain White will be on hand just to answer any questions. You saw the other week, Interim Chief Mosley talked about the renewal of community policing. We're very focused on that. You're going to see some proactive strategies in that neighborhood from Patrol North. The Investigations Division will work with them to the best of our abilities to really help that neighborhood overcome this incident. Students should always be aware of their surroundings, especially at night. I would suggest, if possible, you park in a well-lighted area, you travel in groups, and do anything you can to lessen the opportunity for you to be a victim. Whether that is on the property side, not leaving things in your vehicle, because people see those things, they might want to take them. Unfortunately, if you get there about the time they're breaking into your car, that could be a confrontation. But traveling in groups and parking in well-lighted areas, and if you see something, say something. If you're uncomfortable, call the police and let us know, and let us come check it out. We check out suspicious character calls all the time.
You say you feel safe there. Have you heard from any women saying they don't feel safe on campus, especially in light of what's happened here?
I have not. That's going to have to come from the student forum today, and I would never put my words in the mouth of a female student. But I was just trying to reiterate the fact that I've been on that campus in numerous capacities over the last 20 years, and I've always felt safe there.